I wanna wake up every morning feeling better, cause I know you're sleeping by my side. And every moment we're together, I remember just to keep it all for you and I see that body in the sunlight, feeling the heat and it feels right. I wanna do this for the rest of my life. Oh, I know, you know the vibe. I wanna stay with you every night. You and me underneath the lights. I'm always good when you're by my side. I know, you know, you're on my mind. You really make me come alive. I wanna be here for the rest of my life. Looking for sun rays, needing them good days. Fly me away, away, you're my holiday. Cool like the ocean, lost in emotion.
First up on today's exciting show, we have Tyler, Groleau, and Jack Berry showing us their sizzling food recipe within the kitchen.
After that, we've been in Brian Fintonis live in the studio to give us a weather report on our beautiful short week.
And to close out the show, we have the sports update to bring us some interesting recaps of Flyer sports. And
all of that and more coming up on Flyer News. Good morning, Framingham High, and welcome back to Flyer News. Today is Tuesday, October 12th, a day 4 with periods running A, C, D, E, F. I'm Mahid Khan.
And I'm your host, Randhawa, here for the first time to get you ready for the week. We all are connected with food. That's why we at Flyer News have the best recipes for you.
As Kanwar just said, we are connected by food. The crazy part is this recipe is loved by our parents too.
So, get your notebooks out and your pencils to write this recipe and amaze everyone.
Let's roll the video of our hosts in the kitchen to amaze you what they've got sizzling.
For this edition of In the Kitchen, we are going to be making eggplant parm. Delicious!
First, preheat your oven for 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
For this recipe, you're going to need 15 tablespoons of melted butter, 2.5 cups of cornflakes, 1.25 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 2.5 teaspoons of salt, a dash of pepper, 5 small eggplants, 5 eggs, 5 cups of marinara sauce, and 10 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese.
Crush up the cornflakes.
Then beat the eggs.
Pour your butter into your pan.
Now we're going to add our eggs onto one pan, and then our cornflakes, Parmesan, salt, and pepper onto the other.
Peel them eggplants. Peel them.
Now slice your eggplant into rounds, about 3/4 of an inch thick.
Oh wait, you have the knife now. Oh! Oh!
In the kitchen tricks.
You see that?
Is that one slice?
Yeah. Grab each slice of eggplant and dip it all sides through the egg. Then do the same in your cornflake mix and put it on your baking sheet.
Now we're going to bake them in the oven for 20 minutes.
Then take it out of the oven and put tomato sauce on it as well as mozzarella.
Now put them back in the oven for 3 minutes.
Now you finish your eggplant parm. Feel free to serve on a small plate. I like it in a sandwich.
Stay tuned for next episode of In the Kitchen, where we make a brand new meal.
From Flyer News, this is Jack Berry.
And I'm Tyler Garofalo.
Safe cooking, Flyers.
Kanwar, my absolute favorite thing is when we have a short week with mostly no rain, which is this week.
That's a perfect week to start raking the leaves for fall and to get our houses decorated for Halloween.
But as school ends on Friday, we may have a chance of rain.
Yeah, let's see what Flyer News meteorologist Brian Fentis has to say.
Good morning, Flyers, and welcome back to this week's weather update. This week is looking fairly nice and pretty cool. Tuesday, we have a high of 73 with a low of 52. Over here on Wednesday, we have a high of 75 and a low of 58. On Thursday, we have a high of 76 with a low of 58. And Friday, we have a high of 76 with a low of 60. You can expect some scattered showers throughout the week, but it'll stay mostly sunny. That's all for today's weather update. Let's take it back to the desk.
The tension between Taiwan and China grows as China pressures Taiwan to become part of their self-democracy government. Taiwan continues to refuse to join China. Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen states her government will not bow down to her pressure from China and will continue to bolster the island's defenses in order to protect its democratic way of life. Not only that, the U.S. is going to work with Taiwan to solve the terror issue they are currently going through. Some argue that the U.S. should focus on defending itself rather than defending Taiwan, while others believe that the U.S. is doing right by defending and helping the government of Taiwan. That's the follow-up on China and Taiwan, and on to Mahid.
Heartbreaking event occurred on Saturday, October 9th. An elderly woman named Marie-Laure Depestre, who had suffered from memory loss, had been reported missing by nearby residents. Later that day in the afternoon, Marie-Laure's body had been found around 1 p.m. and is currently being investigated by the Randhawa police. Thanks to the help and the assistance of the Environmental Police, Massachusetts State Police, Metro LEC, and the Plymouth Sheriff's Office in a long, difficult search. We thank you. Enough of the sad talk. Back to you, Kanwar.
We all love to have recap and the sport industry. We all have that one sport which we bond with friends and family.
You're right about that. The Boston Marathon this Monday itself was fun to watch and to support the teachers.
Yes, our teachers train in their races while managing their personal and work life. So this is something to really look up to.
Shoutouts to Miss Kobleski, Mr. Mitchell, and Miss Summer for running in the marathon.
On to Flyer Sports to recap. The high schools games for the past week. We have sports update.
Let's end this way and roll the clip and see what our sports update hosts Andrew Reynolds and Katrina Barrett have to say.
This is how legends are made. Oh, just you watch. This is how legends are made.
Good morning, Flyers, and welcome back to Sports Update. I'm Andrew Reynolds.
And I'm Katrina Barrett, in for Kenzie Jones.
Let's recap Flyer sports over the past week. On to football. The football team have won their second straight game, beating Newton North with a final score of 38-8. Joe Ferrante had 3 touchdowns on the day, and quarterback Cody Coleman had 2 of his own.
Girls varsity volleyball won their game against Weymouth 3-0, but lost their game against Braintree, also 3-0.
Moving on to boys soccer. The boys soccer team beat Braintree with a final score of 4-0, but they lost to Weymouth with a final of 1-0. Very unfortunate loss for the boys.
Girls swim and dive won their game against Weymouth, but lost their game against Wellesley.
Moving on to field hockey. The field hockey team beat Weymouth with a final score of 2-0, but they also lost to Brookline with a final score of 2-0.
Girls soccer won their game against Braintree 3-0, won their game against Weymouth 3-0, and won their game against Notre Dame Academy 1-0.
If you guys looking to watch some Flyer sports games this week, here are the games to look forward to. Let's run it.
Yeah, started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Boys tell stories about the man. Say I never struggled, wasn't hungry, yeah, I doubt it. I could turn your boy into the man. There ain't really much out here that's popping off without us. We just want the credit where it's due. I'ma worry about me, give a fuck about you. Just as a reminder to myself. I wear every single chain, even when
That's all for Sports Update this week. Reporting for Flyer News, I'm Andrew Reynolds.
And I'm Katrina Barrett. See you guys next week. Woo!
Unfortunately, that is all for today's episode of Flyer News. You can re-watch this broadcast again at 5 and 7 o'clock on channels 8, Comcast, 15, RC, and 41 Verizon Fios.
Or watch this other broadcast under the FST TV tab on school's website or on our YouTube channel, Our Flyer News. I'm Kanwardeep, Singh Randhawa.
And I'm Mahid Khan. Have a terrific Tuesday, Flyers, and see
I used to rule the world. Seas would rise when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone. Sweep the streets I used